We're reading the Beis HaLevi on Bitachon 9. Bitachon must be established in the heart, not something he merely says. If a person relies on his own efforts, how much greater should his embarrassment be, considering that 3 times each day he says in Shemona Esrei that Hashem sustains the living with kindness, and supports the fallen and heals the sick. Yet this does not become confirmed in his heart as a clear belief. 29. The Beis HaLevi makes the sobering observation that while we all say 3 times each day in the Amidah that Hashem is sustaining life with kindness, supporting the fallen and healing the sick, many of us do not truly believe it. When a difficult situation arises, we suddenly forget this declaration and we run about anxiously trying to fix the problem on our own any way we can. Rav Avram ben Harambam makes the note of this reality, starting his chapter on Bitachon with a frightening observation that Bitachon is a common expression on the lips, but is planted in the heart of special individuals. This unfortunate phenomenon is discussed also by Rav Shlomo Wolbe, who notes that there is no characteristic regarding which people are more prone to self-deception than bitachon. It is very common for people to convince themselves that they trust in Hashem, but their reaction in times of hardship reflect otherwise. Rabbi Yechezkel Levenstein similarly observes that a person can go through his entire life without experiencing genuine bitachon, merely speaking about it without internalizing this belief. To find the point that when some minor issue comes along, he forgets everything he asserted in his prayers each day and exclusively pursues his own hishtadlus efforts. 30. It is clear from the Beis HaLevi's language that he is not saying that it is wrong to do hishtadlus, only that it would be wrong to rely exclusively on the hishtadlus, certainly in regard to matters of health. It is established principle that it is appropriate and proper to seek medical attention. We're back on top. God forbid this person is in the category of castigation of the prophet. With his mouth and with his lips he has honored me, but he has distanced his heart from me. By a person's completely immersing himself in hishtadlus, he includes himself in this condemnation. Our bitachon needs to be real, not just something that we talk about. A verse in Mishlei states, "Those who act with faith are his desire." Rabbeinu Yonah, in his commentary on Mishlei, notes that the verse does not mention those who speak with faith, but rather those who act with faith. It is not enough for one to simply declare that he has emunah and bitachon. He must act in a way that reflects his belief and reliance on Hashem. 32. How can one measure the level of his bitachon? The Chazon Ish writes that the test of a person's bitachon is when he confronts a challenge for which he has no resolution. If he remains calm, tranquil, and assured by his reliance on Hashem, then he has truly attained bitachon. To the extent that he remains nervous and is unable to calm himself through bitachon, his bitachon is still lacking. However, one should not mistakenly think that lacking complete bitachon means that he does not have bitachon. Nothing can be further from the truth. There may be smaller challenges that he's able to overcome through bitachon. There are many levels of bitachon. Developing, maintaining, and raising our level is a lifelong process, one step at a time. K. Practice what you preach. The Chovos HaLevovos tells in the story of Perush, an exceedingly pious individual who went to a distant town to earn a livelihood. There he met a certain idolater. The idolater explained his beliefs, and the pious man criticized him, telling him that his beliefs were wrong. He proceeded to present the Jewish faith in a single creator who controls the entire universe, who is all-powerful, and who sustains life on earth. The idolater retorted, "Your actions contradict your words. If you truly believe that God sustains the entire universe, then you would have trusted in his ability to provide your sustenance in your own hometown. You would not have to come all the way here for your livelihood." The pious man took the idolater's words to heart and return to his town. Of course, one must do the proper hishtadlut in order to make a living, and this often means traveling and working hard. However, based on the level of bitachon that this pious man was proposing, he should not have felt it necessary to travel so far to earn a livelihood. As long as it's not me, the story is told of a wealthy individual in the Beis HaLevi's city of Brisk, whose secretary received a telegram reporting that his ship, which was loaded with merchandise, had sunk at sea. The secretary did not know how to break the news to his boss, so he consulted the Beis HaLevi. The Beis HaLevi asked for the telegram and told the secretary to tell the man that the rabbi wanted to speak with him. When the man walked in, he found the Beis HaLevi sitting in front of an open Gemara with a very troubling look on his face. "What's the matter?" the businessman asked. "I'm learning a very difficult passage in the Gemara." The Beis HaLevi explained. He showed the man that he was studying a Gemara's discussion in Maseches Brachos about one who must bless Hashem upon hearing bad tidings, just as one bless him upon hearing happy ones, because everything Hashem does is for the best. "This is such a difficult concept," the Beis HaLevi said. "What's so difficult?" the man asked. "We've all been taught this, that everything Hashem does is for the very best. And if it seems otherwise, so we need to be grateful for everything and always trust in Hashem." At that point, the Beis HaLevi pulled out the telegram and showed it to the man. The man read it and fainted. Bitachon in abstract sounds easy. The real test is when the story involves us. Is it real? Rav Yisrael Salanter once delivered a discourse on the topic of emunah. Afterward, a man in the audience approached him and said, "Rabbi, I'm going to stop working. I'm going to buy a lottery ticket and have full trust that in Hashem that I'm going to win. Is that okay?" "Sure," the rabbi replied. The day before the drawing, Rav Yisrael approached the man and offered to purchase the ticket at a price much lower than what the man could possibly win. The man happily agreed. "Then you don't have real bitachon," Rav Yisrael said. "If you really believed that Hashem was making you win, you would not have sold the ticket to me for a lower price." Talking about bitachon strengthens one's heart. Although bitachon is the service of the heart, one should not disregard the talk of bitachon. The more one speaks about it, the stronger it will be established in his heart. Our sages teach the following verse never should leave your lips. "O Hashem, Lord of hosts, fortunate is man who relies on you." What do the sages mean by saying that this verse should never leave your lips? Avram Erlanger explains that our sages are teaching us that although bitachon is primarily the service of the heart, the way to strengthen one's bitachon is through constantly speaking about it. This, he explains, is why the verse says that bitachon shall never leave one's lips. In fact, the sefer Mishpat Tzedek on Tehillim writes that the Maharal is cited as encouraging the recitation of verses dealing with emunah and bitachon as a way for a person to train himself in these areas. Pray for true bitachon. In the Shmona Esrei, in the blessing of Al HaTzadikim, we implore Hashem, give goodly reward to all who truly rely on your name. What does those who truly rely on you mean? Avram Erlanger explains that although one may speak about bitachon, this does not necessarily mean that it is established in his heart. True bitachon refers to one whose bitachon is in his heart. This is the meaning of those who truly rely on Hashem. It is regarding people who, with true bitachon, that we go on to ask Hashem and place our portion with them and try our best. To achieve true bitachon sometimes seems impossible. Rav Shimon Schwab writes that one should never despair. If one tries his best, Hashem will help him. This is the meaning of the verse, Blessed is the person who relies on Hashem, then Hashem will be his security. If one tries his best to rely on Hashem, Hashem will be his security to help him achieve true Bitachon.